Hey guys, welcome to Aussie Four Wheelers for another episode of the AFW 4x4 show. This weekend we came to the Killingworth area and camped for the day and did a few tracks. So in this episode we're going to show what we did. We did a bit of a night run near the camp and did the power lines towards Mount Sugarloaf. Then we did Queensland gates and Westy steps. First segment we're going to cover the night run that we did around the camp area.
You'll probably get a bit of wheel in.
Ooh.
Take it easy. That's
Close.
the flare. That's the flare. Left, 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 left.
Left.
Get it up on the bank.
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
Straighten up. And you're clear.
Awesome. And the highlight for me was the amazing save by Luke. Packed car with his missus and the girls, and that was just an amazing drive.
Thank you, Musa. Yeah, it was quite interesting. Trying to bit of a pose shot, and seeing the front right went in, and as you do, spare of the moment. You stop, you might go over.
Too early.
Accelerate, you either go over or you drive out of it. And
He wants to come all
lucky.
the way up, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. So we powered out and come down beautifully, and I think it couldn't have went any better.
Yeah, that's. I think you've got the experience behind you, so you think already ahead.
Yeah.
What might happen? So in case that does happen, what am I going to do to save it? And that's exactly what I saw, because I didn't think you were going to climb all the way up to the top left ledge as you did, and as you went all the way up, the right just buckled in.
Didn't take much.
And then you can tell when you gunned it to save it, and for the rest of the night we just kept on driving down towards the Killy Loop. We flexed the cars a little bit on another embankment, just lined everybody up. Oh mate! Oh. All right. Then we came back to the camp, obviously did our dinner, sleep, wake up in the morning, and Mark was here.
Birthday boy.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Mark!
Yeah. Woo! So meet Mark. He is the owner of the famous red 80 series Land Cruiser. He's popped every dent out of it, and it's like brand spanking new again.
It's set up a bit differently this time. The suspension's changed a bit in the front.
Seeing you changed a bit.
Yeah, it's just changed a little bit. It's not quite finished, but it's just a bit of progress.
What have
It's
you done
flexing
to
good
it?
now.
What have you done differently?
Just modified the suspension a little bit. Nothing too crazy just yet.
I've seen you gone from a manual to an auto.
Yeah, it's changed to automatic now.
How do you like going from the manual to the auto now?
It's much better for crawling. You know, you can ease the throttle, use the brake, and just, I might be able to save the truck a bit more this time.
That's good.
Yeah,
You got your spacers on now, don't you?
Oh yeah, the wider track on your car
The spaces has definitely made a massive difference.
gave it a much tougher stance.
It widened it only by 50 mil aside, so 100 mil up, and it's amazing.
Stability.
I don't think I've picked the wheel up this weekend.
No.
I think most of the time it's just worked perfectly. It's one of the best things it could have done.
On the way to the Mount Sugarloaf power lines with Mark testing his suspension out. As well, we had Michelle and Brad, and we also had Nicholas present with us with his nice little two-door
Beautiful Jeep.
Beautiful.
Absolutely
Nice
beautiful
rig,
Jeep.
really nice. I like it. Sounds good too.
I think you're all secretly jealous.
Yeah. Definitely the supercharger. Jeep owner here.
This is Brooke. She owns a Jeep, but she was driving Broden's for you today.
Yeah, I had a crack. Good times.
Meet Will there. The Y60 GQ driver.
Quality rig.
Excellent. Always.
Anyway, after Mark testing his suspension, we had Broden coming down the next step.
Yeah.
And did a similar thing to what Luke did.
That was close.
I think what he saw that
Very
night
similar.
made him like, he's an adventurous guy.
Yeah.
I want to do that one.
Yeah.
He's done it. I want to do it.
It's not fair.
I think Nick was guiding me, and I just said, man, Nick, you got to get out of the way because it's either gonna go good or bad.
First, Nick said, "You're not listening.
Yeah.
You're not listening."
Yeah, he's like,
Listen to me.
yeah. He's like, oh, you're not listening, gets out of the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't warn me. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh, there goes Nick. Alright, what's going on? Boom! That's good.
Gets down and rides on
One
the
wheel,
front right hand
one
wheel
wheel,
all the way.
Yeah. No, it's good. Another
out.
good save for the weekend.
Another example, if in doubt, power out.
It looked pretty scary from where I was standing.
Yeah. Oh.
You did a very good job in saving that.
Yeah.
Almost on one single wheel.
One, that's all I see. One wheel all the way around.
Just seen Rob's eyes. When he's watching Broden and he's going, no way, am I going to go down there too?
Yeah.
You want me to go there?
Is that where you lost your confidence?
After seeing Broden going down there, I didn't know what was going to happen. I did not know. I was impressed.
It wasn't only Broden. Then Nicholas went straight after Broden in his Jeep, and he basically did the same thing.
Yeah.
One crazy guy after another crazy guy.
After another crazy guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good.
It's good fun. They love challenge. They love adventure.
They love pushing ourselves.
From there, we drove towards the Powerlines, Mount Sugarloaf to do that. It's only a short track, but we just wanted to get up there and see the views. And then while we're driving up there, it rained, so it made it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
Last time when I did that track, I actually went straight up, straight through, but this time I thought, I'm running 40s, I'm going to go a little bit around off camber stuff and see what it does, if it's going to lift wheels. I did upgrade rear springs to a higher rate, so I wanted to see how that performed, and I was really, really impressed. Minimal wheel lifts on such a big lift.
Lock up! Lock up! Yep. Just the rear. It's coming. Go! Good lock. It's alright. Here we are. It's alright. Whoa! No, you'll be right. I'm joking. Okay, you're gonna miss. You're gonna go into the right with the front right. Take it easy. Okay, now you're coming up. Right hand down. Keep coming forward. Whoa! Nice little wheel there. Yeah.
I was impressed with my drive there.
Slow. And it's gonna talk a bit more. Yeah. Alright, it's all good. No, that was the front. Oh yeah. But the bank was the front. I'm gonna adjust the fan out again. It's rubbing hard on this side. Yep, good on this side.
Then the others gave it a crack.
Everyone did pretty good through there.
Yeah.
We all tried a different line.
Tell us. Oh yeah, you were
It did.
diffing out.
Kept diffing out.
Yeah, it was different
Too many
out.
people.
And just from the fresh rain, it was pretty slippery. Kept trying to slide off the rock. And it was a bit,
Yeah.
a little bit of a bump to get up.
Diff.
Web, come forward. Forward. You would have cleared. No. Back a little bit. Come this way. Yeah, we already told him. We already told him to move to the right. I did it well in the end though, once you got going.
Yeah, no, it was alright though. Good
Y60.
warm-up track for sure.
Y60 got going.
Yeah, you did well.
Nicholas
You kept it
was
under control.
Yeah, and it kept sliding. Because she's,
Oh, got it.
she's unlocked it on 35s.
Yeah.
And it felt horrendous for a while. you kept telling me it's okay, it's going to be fine, but it felt really, really bad. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to get out and have a look.
That's right, yeah, you did.
Yeah, and as soon as I got out and had a look, I was okay.
Walked around, scoped the field, just had another second, you know, your own opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know what's going on because I'm not looking at the sky. Relying on someone on the ground. What actually is happening? So reverse back, and that was it. You were on your way to the top.
After Michelle, Brooke drove Broden's Y61 GU up there. Tell us, how did you feel? How did it go?
Honestly, you've got a beast, and it was beautiful to drive. It just gripped all the way out. Like I wasn't nervous at all. It's like, I got this. Broden was a bit nervous. I don't think I got it.
Nervous.
It just crawls up. It was awesome. I was like, hell yeah, I finally get to drive. But yeah, really good.
So what you're saying is, it's not the driver, it's the car?
Yeah.
No, it's the driver, but the car itself, like it climbed up. A lot of times you have to give it a bit, but...
Thanks to the Trepador.
Thanks to you.
Yeah!
I didn't need a spotter.
Go left, besides the tree, flex it up!
Really good, like when the wheels started to spin, she kept in control, kept the power going, not backing off, and letting it slide back into a hole.
Just
kept it going, kept it straight.
What?
When I got on a bit of a lean, just kept it straight.
And she's driving manual.
Yeah, the
Manual's the only way to go. Sorry, Mark.
We got blokes driving autos and girls driving manuals.
What's going on?
What is an auto? I don't know.
Robin up.
Yeah.
Robbie.
Yeah,
How'd it feel? Watching everyone else?
It wasn't too bad after watching the lines that the other people took. I thought, yeah, this isn't so bad. And you know, just having trust in your spotters and knowing that you're picking a safe line, your spotters picking a safe line.
Oh, your spotter was terrible. You were all over the shop. You were left and right, up the side of the bank, straight. No, not really.
No, I thought it was good, yeah.
Mark?
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, drove up.
Yeah.
Don't remember much about it.
Yeah,
I must have just driven up.
Drove itself.
Yeah, drove itself
Yeah,
up.
no, the other
Get
guy.
cruise control.
Pilot on it. Autopilot. Just goes to it.
After we got up the top, we had a quick lunch and enjoyed a bit of the views.
Great scenery, watching the rain come over the hill.
Yeah, that was
The
great.
clouds,
really
you can see the rain coming out of the cloud on the
Getting
left hand
closer.
side there and getting closer towards us, and it's so clear over there. You can see how
All the
ribbons.
background,
Yeah.
the mountain went away. It disappeared as it came forward.
Yeah.
it was beautiful.
Rode through that valley, it was awesome.
On the way back from Mount Sugarloaf POWERLINES, we went to Queensland Gates. We started off with Darren, being a short wheelbase Suzuki.
Short, yeah. It was quite tense.
Near vertical he was.
Yeah, he tried giving it a bit of a go.
A bit of bump. Just a little bit.
Too dangerous.
He just called out for winch
Yeah,
straight
he
away.
pretty much was happy to win.
Light.
He said to me, being the first car, sometimes has its good, sometimes it's not so good. So he gave it a go. Good work, Darren. He gave it a couple little bumps to try, but he called for the winch due to short wheelbase. So we got the winch out. And it was
Winched him
literally as soon as he, I think as soon as the winch took the load, just popped up. Attention now, loading up. And driving on his own. Driving on your own. Station stop there.
Stop.
So after that, great.
Bit nervy. Yeah, I thought the popping straight up was pretty good. I was pretty impressed with that. 35s and not locked. I thought I did pretty well. Popping straight
You
up.
did, yeah. You did really well.
Winch in that first little section. After that, I don't think I did winch, did I?
No, once you just
that
literally
one little
pop
winch.
Yeah, now you got it perfect
Yeah,
after that.
I got it straight up.
But when you got up to the top step, right up the top,
Yeah, it's a bit of a
you
slide.
actually lifted, what was it?
Rear
Passenger front.
Oh, was the front?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the front.
Passenger
Yeah.
front left.
Yeah. That looked a little bit spooky.
The next part though was the part that felt really weird, and it could slip, and I'm like, oh, that felt a little bit weird. I was like, don't say that.
Who's after that?
Sam, he's not with us, but
Sam's
he
left.
gave it a good crack,
Yeah.
and after a few goes, he decided as well, I'm going to winch it, and maybe we'll just
Winched it. Then Mark, come along. Big red, 80, fresh as.
Tried.
There we
Maybe
go.
it's the first hard obstacle of
It was really, it was the first maiden voyage.
9 weeks.
Yeah. No damage done yet at this
No, maybe I was
stage.
just a bit scared to damage
Yeah.
it straight away.
Yeah.
But
Time for a new driver.
yeah.
But you gave it a few hard
No,
goes.
you gave
a
it.
few hard goes, but
It was close. Yeah.
But that's a good call that you called for a winch. That way you save your car. You save
well,
your
that's it.
vehicle.
You know, it's not worth kind of wrecking it the first time I take it out.
No.
The first time. Then Broden went first truck on 40s to see how it's going to go, especially for me and Luke. That was like, let's see how that's
Testing ground.
Yeah. How's he going to perform?
Definitely was testing.
But then knowing Broden, I thought he's going to give it all he's got.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it.
All in, all out.
Yeah. Everything that little 3 litre can do, I was gonna give it. But I was sat at the corner watching Mark go up, and I was like, he's actually having some trouble. And I was just thinking of all the things that could happen throughout the hill, and I was like, the whole book says, if anything goes wrong, just
But roll, stick your arms out the window.
don't put your arms out. But
People's body parts in them.
I thought I'll get there, heat up the rocks a little bit instead of going to the left.
Oh, you were heating him up.
Yeah, I wanted to go straight in, heat them up
How
a little
much
bit.
tyre did you like?
Probably $100 worth. Heating up the tyres, getting the rocks and the tyres sticky, then going up, giving it a little bump. And then I think the second bump, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, second gear, floor it. And that's the main approach to most things.
Were you worried when you finally got the front up?
No, I wasn't
Were
worried
you
at all.
thinking about it, or you thought, no, this is
As
good?
soon as after the first little bump in the first gear, I was, this is it, easy.
You could feel it.
Yeah,
you could feel
easy.
it. It all just grabbed perfect.
Nothing, when you bumped, nothing tilted, nothing went anywhere. It just went
Pretty
straight
calm.
and just up.
Rob was a bit nervous going up there at the very start. My alternator wasn't charging my battery, so I lost power to my winch, and that kind of shattered my confidence at the start. And then, you know, going up to it, I was just a bit too heavy on the accelerator. I couldn't get the grip that I needed to climb that wall on the left-hand side to actually get up that first step. After watching the boys with the crawlers, it's it's amazing the amount of difference it makes. So that'll be my next purchase. But once I slipped off a few times, I was still a bit worried about the alternator and the winch, and I just thought, no, the winch is working now. just winch myself up. So I winched myself up that first step, and once I was up that, I got my confidence back a little, and up I went.
Good clean up, right?
Yeah, really good job.
Yeah.
After that,
Yeah.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Me. I've seen Broden. I'm like, I've got to do this because
you have to.
no winch, he did it. So we've got a little bit of differences. I'm a little bit lower, but I thought, no, he didn't bottom out. He didn't struggle. So I come around. Mark put me up the left wall just to guide it up, and I think this third attempt.
Yeah, you had a couple bumps.
I know. I tried first like you did,
Yeah.
and obviously it's not enough.
Yeah.
You needed that little bit. I tried again in first after the first one, and then I rolled back second. And apparently I got a bit of air under the left rear wheel.
Yeah.
I didn't see it because I'm up, I'm not cheering.
Yeah, you're ecstatic.
I got it. I was pumped. And I think I followed through pretty easy with after that.
Yeah, it was pretty simple after that.
Yeah, that was really good.
I think you took far left side, just went along the wall and
but
straight up.
because me and you did it, Musa had to
Yeah,
give
Musa
it a-
had a
I think he was still
challenge then,
shaking because he was like, okay,
All
these
the
guys are
pressure.
putting me on show.
all the pressure.
Was it me then?
No,
Yeah. Well,
it was the master here with the Y60.
Gave it all she got. Foot flat to the floor, just didn't want to jump up like the 40s did. Being unlocked too.
And Broden come along, sorted you out there.
Yeah, Broden
Warmed up
packed
the
it up
tyres.
real nice.
Got the front tyres warm.
Yeah, we got the tyres
I think
on.
there's logs around
that
every
was
tyre.
smoking. Yeah, you almost had it.
Yeah,
You
gave it a
almost
few
had
hard
it.
hits, and everything it had just didn't want to get up. So yeah, we
How'd it feel?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
pretty
I know
good.
you've been there before.
Yeah, it's pretty good. No, it's just being a double step. It just trying to
You were very close though.
climb all four at once.
I really.
For an unlocked car.
I
Very
Yeah,
thought.
that double step, as they say, that's always the issue with the longer wheelbase.
Well, I was watching, and from a distance, I really thought the last time I thought he had it. He actually got his front over the top double step, but I think the rear was hitting the big step.
If he
to take him back.
If he had
Try
a
and
little
lock
bit
up.
more power
Or-
and a bit more speed, he would have gone up there.
But
Bit more
all
power.
in all, though, good rat. I was happy.
Winched
He
you up.
called it. We winched you up. Team here.
You've got to remember it's a double step, but it's like straight up.
Yeah, it's like shoulder height.
Nah,
so-
it
It's
was
so steep.
It is.
Yeah.
And you don't even really
that
notice it.
double step, if it's not that steep, it may be easier to do.
Yeah.
But it's so steep.
You've got no weight on the front wheels as you're going up. Everything relies on the rear.
No, it's good.
And we winched you up, which was a good call.
Yeah.
In
You
the
called
end.
it in the
Yeah,
end.
no, it was quick with the winch. Got us up quick, no issues. Didn't have any.
No, you drove it up that.
Yeah.
No
Any
worries.
dramas up the top step?
No, just sent it as usual. Got it up there, nice and quick.
Then what? We saved the best for
Saves the best. The best.
Last
Here
but
he is.
not least.
So,
I was under pressure.
yeah, as in
The pressure was on me, being the third truck on 40s, and the other two did it. I had to do it. See, I just put these springs in, so I don't know how they perform. So I thought I'll have a few practice bumps, progressively harder and harder and harder, and see what the car does, because I'm going to have to launch it just like the other guys did.
Did you get any peer pressure?
I don't succumb
It's
to
okay.
peer pressure. You know yourself, I said, no, I'm not going to do it. When I don't want to do something, if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to do it. I'll do it another time when I feel all right in my mind.
And that is
you
the
know.
safest option for
Yeah.
anyone.
Did you feel encouraged?
I was encouraged.
If-
Broden came down to talk
I
to
was at
me.
your window saying you got to give it everything that your car has.
He was encouraging me because in terms of stand, stability, same as you on the radio. Everyone was
If no one
encouraging.
did that,
But there, I had to do it with the 40s, so that's why I did the practice bumps harder and harder.
yeah,
and
just
harder
work it up
to
slowly.
see
That's the best way to do it though.
Yeah.
See
If,
what
if
your
you're
it's
car's
down-
gonna
gonna
lift
do.
here, it's
Yeah.
gonna lift there. If
If you're in doubt, just improve a little bit more
Well, I said
acceleration.
central's the car.
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
a V or something. it's
Exactly,
central.
I noticed you doing that,
So
and I
then
like
you
that.
know, you know that if it's off this side and you go to bump it and it bounces this way, well, there's a chance anything could go wrong.
Yeah.
But a couple of practice bumps brings you back to the centre, and then you know
That's
if
it,
you're going to
that's-
give it a good bump, you
that's
know
the
that
place to
that's
do it.
kind of
Yeah.
it's going to be the best bit.
I like that. I picked that. I've seen when Mark was mentioning that, and I really.
You've got to think, when you're in there, you can't see anything.
So anyway, I then reversed back right up to the edge, even where you guys say stop, it's enough. I still went a little bit further, right on the edge, and then brought up the stall on the TB48. For the first time, I heard that TB48 scream. I loved it. I actually loved it when I launched it up and when it screamed and it bounced.
I'm in the light.
I actually bounced 4 times, I think. I felt 4 bounces.
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing. And stable as. Wasn't leaning, wasn't lifting wheels. It was just
sedate.
Awesome.
I think the expression on your face.
Got to the top and forgot what you were doing. You're like,
unreal.
I was that excited. The adrenaline was pumping. I was that excited. That is my highlight of the whole weekend.
That was pretty impressive. I love the way. Just the control, like exactly. You had control.
The first time I've seen a really
big
hard bump.
Yeah. I had to.
And that's awesome.
I had to. That TB48 just had a really nice sound to it when it.
Coming up.
I loved it.
Woo! Yes! Yeah! Whoop! Whoop! You done it! Yeah! What did we do after that?
Ended up blocking the whole road.
Oh yes!
The big pile.
What happened? What did we do?
I just went in front. I went to have a chat with Mark, and then a car came along the other way, and I thought, all right, I'll move out of the road. So I went parked on the side, and next minute, everyone's climbing on top of my car. What the heck is going on?
You're expressing, whoa, hey.
And then they're climbing on this.
Everyone's just V'ing.
And we just ended up with a big worm. It was just
so
like treps, and
Trepadors everywhere. And so I took a few photos. We had our fun there, stacking up cars. After that, we drove up to Mount Sugarloaf car park and
had a family
just lined up for a nice landscape pic with the background of Newcastle and Stockton Beach. From there we went to do Westy Steps. That was our last trip for the day, and I want to say special thank you to the owners of the land that the track crosses through for giving us permission to access and have our fun. And we started off that first rut, the flex rut.
You're in the right line.
We came around, crawling.
What I did notice, down the bottom, I don't know, did you even feel the little wheel lift?
Yeah, I felt the wheel lift,
It was,
and,
that good, but
yeah, just went
followed through perfect.
Nice, stable.
I didn't even think you noticed, because I was like, oh, we'll just follow through.
I noticed it.
I thought it's that level, it really crossed up.
Oh.
It's good.
Love it.
And straight up.
Then Broden went through the rut.
Didn't do much.
Oh, you didn't hug the right side, you slicked down.
I just went
you
straight
didn't go
in.
far enough.
No.
Yeah.
You just sort of drove through it.
Yeah, I just kind of drove through it like
straight
normal.
up.
Yeah.
Crawled it nicely.
Yeah, nothing real special there.
You were just waiting for the other parts.
Yeah.
Then
Me?
Rob.
Yeah, I was after Broden.
You flexed up pretty good, man.
Yeah, with the guidance.
I was still a little bit, you know, my confidence was down a little bit, but Luke was there to guide me through and spot me through, which boosted my confidence a bit more. And yeah, it felt nice and comfortable, and it was good.
You got it perfect.
It was good.
Down the bottom. Yeah. Followed through. Steps was pretty easy.
Steps were,
You got up and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh right.
What was I worried about?
Yeah. No, you drove it. I personally think you got your confidence back because you had control.
Yeah.
You come up to the step and just keep the revs going, and you just followed straight through, straight up. Yeah. It was good. Good on my behalf. Well done.
Yeah. No, it was good. Thank you.
No, all good.
Then Brad.
Oh yes. You had a little bit of trouble down the bottom.
Yeah, crossed up,
a little bit.
open dips.
Really crossed up, right up. It was good, but you had some really good flex going there. It was awesome.
Yeah, well, new radius arms that me and Michelle put in.
It was flexed out pretty hard down the bottom, and the old open diffs started to kick in for you.
Yeah, that's the only downfall of that car. Just
something that can't be changed.
Put the old foot on the brake.
Yeah,
got the LSD, warmed her up.
You told me that, and I did that, and I felt a big difference in it. She started climbing up, and then it was good. So I just like the way how it was just.
It was pretty
just
stable.
sitting there, just crawling up.
And then
nice and neat.
you come up to the step pretty easy.
Yeah, I did. I was quite impressed with that. I was actually thought I was going to struggle a little bit more than I did.
Who was next? Mark, I think.
Yeah, Mark.
Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That was
a bit of fun at the top.
Good line.
Yeah, he went.
You straddled it up.
You flexed it at the start there, but all right, let's cut that because we all did that.
We all left off to come up first.
He climbed up the step, popped it over. Went over there and straight into the big rut. Like it's not enough. What is that?
I need more.
Oh, you got to make the most of what you got there. You
How
know.
good?
And then it worked good, you know, it flexed. Like the truck sat straight and the wheels
Flex.
swinging well.
What do you mean? You could stand under the wheel. Was that huge?
Just flexed as much as it could.
It was like, I got no more, Mark. What do you want me to do? I'm already up. That's it. Let me down. It was insane. Good. And you drove it, Mark.
And you guided me through it all. You know, you can't see nothing. And made it through, you know what I mean? No worries at all.
Okay, so it's only going to be the one wheel in the hole. Really? Yeah. It'll drive out, Mark. Keep going. That's just pointing down. Keep the head feel up. Take the left over 4 feet this way. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. There's nothing fast enough. That's free. And then it was Will.
At the start, the first track. Yeah, I was up on the first track, pretty uneventful. Just flexed up at the bottom and drove on up.
Pretty easy.
That was pretty quick.
He drove it probably the quickest time. Yeah.
And then I was
even there. Y60 line. Y60.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, just.
And we moved on. Heaps of flex.
Then we went to the famous chute of the Westy steps, and I went around. Basically, I was actually really impressed how the Treps performed compared to the tyres I had before then. With 37s, it was a little bit, you know, trying to work out as well what's the line to take. But this time I thought I'm going to do exactly what I did last time. I'll climb up on the left-hand side.
Oh, I see. I see what he's talking about. You don't have to go off the wall. No. I don't want to look. Grab the slow off the side.
Yeah, it gets a bit close to the door, but then the rock slider hit and just pivots you around, and as the rear comes up, it levels the car up, and the Treps just gripped and went over the sidewalls. Side biters climbed up that rock where the sliders hit and just straight over. It was amazing.
Your sliders definitely did a lot of work there.
Yeah, they protected him. He got very close.
Who was after me?
Me. I was.
Yeah,
I did.
Oh, you were terrible. I wish we could book him.
Hey, he's like
like
before. What about over there?
Yeah, trying a new line. Well, I don't have sliders. You know, I've got a sill, kind of a sill.
What sill?
Yeah, a sill. Yeah, slider. It slides in the
That
sill.
is my sill.
Yeah. The Treps bit the rock really well, and just the side walls.
Looking from the back, you look at the truck go up, the first little bit, and then it goes up, and then there's a big rock there, and I'm like, really? You know what I mean? How's it going to go? And then it climbs up, and the back climbs up, and it was at the top. It's like,
I didn't even touch it still.
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't even hard, but you look at it and you think, how's it going to do it? You know, and it was perfect.
Yeah. He was next. Was it Rob?
Yeah,
Rob.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but I had Broden and Luke both spotting me, and you know,
pretty simple.
It was pretty good. It was pretty easy.
Straight up, straight through.
Yeah, straight up. I think I got caught up once.
Same problem. You just powered out of it.
Yeah.
Sliders.
Yeah, use the sliders up on that rock, and no problem.
Awesome.
Right. And Michelle.
Yeah. That one I do.
We tried a few
struggled a bit on that one.
Yeah. Open. Yeah. You were the one who grabbed the wall.
Yeah. You went lifted right up.
And Will was the one that grabbed the wall.
And then that's when you popped out.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. That was interesting.
That way too much.
Oh, look at that. It didn't even put it in. No.
I want to get over here.
One car left because we've got, you know, my daily is broken, and I'm like, I'm calling that because that just did not look good from the back.
Quick winch.
Sitting there rocking, so just winch out.
I think you only winched not even a foot when you drove off.
Yeah.
Just to get around the rock. Literally just drove off. I reckon 35 is probably got a little bit of a letdown. If it was hitting the ditch, maybe.
Could have done. Yeah, anyway, the winch crew was
straight onto it.
Exceptional.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Straight onto it. Guys at the tree, guys on the extension strap, guys on the winch cable. Everything was like
teamwork.
Yeah. Really good teamwork.
Who went next?
Sam went next. He climbs. All right. Bang, hit the door.
Don't worry about
like
Don't worry about it.
It's okay.
All right. You need to bump. You might hit the door, but.
I can always get a new door.
All right. Yep, he hit the door. You'll fix that, eh?
Yeah, try and just as hard as you can push into the rock.
Get a WD-40 and it'll pop right out.
Like, push as hard as you can into the rock.
Into the rock as I'm
going
up.
And they'll try and, it might bite, it might not.
Yeah. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Head, as much as you can. What? Any winch? Had the winch up?
Yeah, he had the winch up as well.
Straight up, so he was out.
Tyres letting the guys down, diff getting caught. Even us with 14-inch tyres, if you don't take the right line, you get caught. You know, he's done the right thing, winched up, got out, next person. Mark's wife came. You did a bit of flexing there, you did a bit of wheel lifting there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's brave.
All with the good guidance.
Was it a wheel lift?
Yeah, just a little one.
Apparently, I was too busy looking out the window.
Going, what do I do next?
Am I going the right way?
Yeah.
Am I going back yet? But no, it was really fun.
Beautiful. It was an excellent drive.
No, it was a very good drive.
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome.
It was top.
Well done.
Yeah,
And then, aside from the fact that I obviously trust you implicitly with the husband and stuff, just everybody here, you know, being able to guide and all that sort of stuff. there's
one of
no
them
other
things that
group of people that I'd rather go with.
when you go four-wheeling with guys that you trust and know, you know what I mean?
It's the best feeling.
That's the first time she's ever driven up anything like that. And it's not a small thing to drive up. It's not a simple drive.
And it was made that much easier by having all you guys sort of, you know, Scott and stuff, so it was really good. Yeah. It was good.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Try and turn right. From there. That's an up, Mark.
Yes, go! Yes, go back!
So I was up next. Watched everyone else, obviously. Had to go the same line. No sliders. A little bit lower than Broden. Got up on top. Thought it felt a little bit unstable, but no wheel lift. No? I don't think so.
No, I didn't see no wheel lift. No.
Well, you were on the camera. You were there on the right front left.
All I know is I think saw a massive flex just before you got up the rock.
I thought it. I felt it sort of come up, but it might have been just a bit of torque.
It probably felt a bit light, you know. Because when you're coming up that rock, it does feel a little bit light.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the sky. I don't even know where I'm going. So I popped it up, pretty much straight up. Just slid on the right sill a little bit, but no manual damage. No, I was up. That was it.
You're looking stable. 4 inches to the sill. 3 inches.
Your rear will start to climb.
Yeah, your rear's gonna climb. You got 3 inches to the sill. 2 inches. 1 inch. You're touching.
You're gonna start to climb.
You might be able to get it.
That's it. Awesome. Well done, mate.
Will.
Tried a bit of a different line, didn't really work out, but lovely Mark helped me get up, gave me a new line. Broden guided me at the top.
You got some mean.
Got a bit
you got
hairy.
up on the left.
Got a bit hairy when I climbed the rock up the left.
Yeah. If you had a front locker, you could have went the same way. You got that one? Standard reduction. Like standard drive line.
These guys are part of X-Men.
X-Men is right. Can't beat it.
That's it, he's got it. Just that front. Yeah, he's got it.
No. Right.
But,
and then bring it back down.
It was like a continued bump. It was like a bump continued.
Yeah.
As he does, he sends it.
Yeah. Just kept going until it was lifting the left wheel up in the air, and then had to correct it.
Best expression was, "What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Why am I stopping? Yeah. Why can't I just go up?
Can I just keep going?"
No, he did well.
Settle down a bit, come down to the right, it was a bit safer. Just on the slider, on the rock, no come around.
That was it. All right.
Easy.
Beautiful. What you think, guys? What you think? Highlight?
For me, highlight was my succeeding of Queensland Gates in 40s.
Yeah.
That was my highlight.
Yeah. my actual highlight was the winching scene. How good was it? Everyone was involved.
Queensland guys.
Yeah, there was people all had jobs. Mark was doing something, Rob was onto something, Broden was doing something. People were just, you know, what can we do?
It's the teamwork.
My highlight would be the closest I have come to rolling. Yeah, so far. So I might get close in the future, but yeah, I was proud of that.
Will, what's your highlight? It could be anyone, mate.
It's already mentioned, but Moose's highlight is definitely being able to mention twice. Come back as far back as he could and just gave it all. He didn't really drive it. Maybe it was more of a jump up the step, but no, it was definitely entertaining. Definitely a highlight.
Brad?
I'd have to say the winching at Queensland Gates
was good.
Yeah,
everyone was involved.
Everyone was involved. Everyone got in and did their part.
And you guys used the Orca
around the corner
snatch block.
For the guys that didn't have a winch.
So that was awesome as well.
I've probably got to say, just been able to come out. It's been busy at work, haven't been able to get the truck out. So letting Beck drive up the rock face.
Letting me drive my car.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Rob.
I've got to say, Moose's climb up Queensland Gates, that was just your reaction, Moosa. That made my day. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Alright, we'll wrap it up now. So that was what we did this weekend, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is only our second one, so
more to come.
Definitely more to come, I think.
Thank you very much for watching, subscribing and commenting on the channel. Until next time, see you from Aussie Four Wheelers.
See you later.
See ya.